You can accomplish anything you set your mind to as long as daddy's paying the bill. Dr. Phil is a show that needs no introduction. It's a place where troubled teens go to get the psychological treatment they need in front of millions of people, and it's known for moments like this.
Catch me outside, how about that?
And that genius moment helped launch the career of Danielle Bricoli, who eventually became rapper Bad Baby. And since then, many other people have come on to Dr. Phil's show hoping to launch themselves into stardom, like Bougie Billy, who wants to be James Charles.
My name is Billy, also known as Bougie Billy, and I'm afraid that my dad is going to cut me off.
Well, it makes absolute sense why Bougie Billy is scared his dad's gonna cut him off, because it's scientific fact that you can't be bougie unless dad's paid for everything.
I don't want a job right now because I feel like it would not make me focus on my true goal and passion in my life, which is definitely owning a skincare line.
That's pretty relatable. I mean, I don't know one single person who actually wants to work and be self-sufficient. Wouldn't it be much easier to just live at home, have dad pay for all the bills so that we can actually work on our dreams? Why does society accept that we have to work to get our dreams? Why can't our dreams work to get us?
My dad keeps supporting my lifestyle, and I feel like he shouldn't just block me off just like that, because this is the life that I know right now.
Bougie Billy is going through a lot right now, folks. All he knows is how to be rich on his dad's dime. How can anyone expect Bougie Billy to live a standard of living less than what his dad pays for? That would mean he would have to be a responsible adult, and he's not ready for that.
These flowers I love so much. They're about $400, I think.
Doesn't it warm your heart that Bougie Billy is spending $400 on flowers? For someone who wants to own a beauty line, Bougie Billy seems like a very savvy businessman who loves to burn money.
Most of the clothes on this rack right here are all designer.
The reason why Bougie Billy's closet is basically empty, even though his dad pays for his lifestyle and all the luxury items he buys, is because he spends all his money on flowers.
I only wear designer shoes.
What a lot of people don't understand about the bougie lifestyle is that unless you're wearing Pradas on your feet, then you're basically wearing a cardboard box.
And then my haircut's always $50 a week.
Folks, the struggle is real. If his dad cuts him off, he won't be able to spend $50 a week on a haircut. How else is he supposed to get a fade while he drinks his ridiculously overpriced diet water?
So cute. Perfect. Amazing.
You see, folks, the only way to get a cute, perfect, and amazing haircut is to spend $50 on it. Anything less is a waste of money.
I'm craving a breakfast sandwich from one of my favorite places. I spend about $400 maybe on food a week.
It makes absolute sense why he spends $400 a week on food just for himself, because he only eats flowers. I know, folks, a lot of flower jokes so far, but people do actually eat flowers.
Just because of Postmates, and I always go out, and my rent is $1,800.
It sounds like Bougie Billy is really good at budgeting, because he's spending a minimum of $3,400 just to exist, which should make his dad's bank account look something like a black hole.
I do spray tans once a month. Love keeping up a good tan.
Well, it definitely looks like the spray tans are working, just like a walk signal button.
Hey, babe.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you? The person comes over to my house. It's usually $90, $100.
There's a fundamental problem with the American educational system, because many of us are told to invest our money into non-depreciable assets so we can build long-term wealth, when in reality we should all be spending our money on spray tans, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Might as well waste your money.
Ubers, I could do 4 to 5 Ubers a day. That's $1,200 to $1,400 a month.
According to my calculations, Bougie Billy is spending about $14,000 a month of his dad's money, which is a pretty reasonable allowance if you want to spoil your child.
I sometimes receive money through things that I do with TikTok. Usually it would be around $400 to $500 a month that I would get from that.
Well, see, folks, Billy isn't completely useless. He makes enough money to buy himself flowers every month. I know, another flower joke. They're just too easy.
I wouldn't say I'm a mooch, but I'm definitely spoiled and know that I'm very privileged to have my daddy's money.
The first step to changing is having self-awareness, and he's got an itty little bitty tiny bit of it.
I hope Dr. Phil can communicate with my dad and just make him understand that I need the support and the money to support my dream.
As I said, Bougie Billy is a self-aware king. That's why he's going on Dr. Phil to have Dr. Phil convince his dad to keep paying for his amazingly expensive lifestyle, which is pretty much like robbing a bank and expecting the cops to let you get away with it.
What are you doing about the skincare line now? Are you working with labs? Do you have, what is it you're doing?
I'm trying to find labs.
Few people understand just how difficult it is to work on your dreams when you're busy wasting money. It's actually a full-time commitment to flush money down the drain.
Why are you spending all this money on all this paraphernalia if your passion is skincare?
Why is Dr. Phil getting on Billy's case? He's Bougie Billy. It's part of his brand to waste money. If he's not Bougie Billy, then what is he? Hardworking Billy? Who wants to be that?
Because it's just I love all those things, and it's my lifestyle, and I can't really imagine my life being any other way.
You see, folks, it's not Billy's fault that he doesn't know how to be anything other than bougie. It's who he is. He's a product of his environment. He doesn't need a wake-up call as long as his occupation is daddy's money.
When you grew up, did you work?
In the holidays, I had holiday jobs. I worked at college.
See how much we've evolved, folks? Back in the day, people used to have to go out and work and hustle in order to make money. Nowadays, all you got to do is sleep on your couch and collect daddy's money in order to be a responsible adult.
I mean, Billy did. At junior in high school, he worked for a year. So he can do it.
Of course Billy can do it, and there's a very easy solution for this. The dad starts paying Billy to work. Problem solved.
Well, why did you work?
Well, I was encouraged to work, but also it was, all my friends did it. It was.
Wow, that is terrible to hear. Billy's dad succumbed to peer pressure and actually started working. Kids nowadays are doing much better. They're all on TikTok chasing clout.
I also enjoyed that little bit of independence, if you like, having a little bit of money.
Independence is so overrated. Dependence is a new orange, which everybody knows is a new black.
Why do you not have a job?
I don't want one right now.
Bougie Billy is one of the greatest truth tellers of our generation because he's willing to admit that he'd much rather leech off of someone else than make something of himself. Oh, this is awkward. Oh, no. Oh, Dr. Phil broke. Are you okay, Dr. Phil? Oh, man.
What's that got to do with it?
Are you kidding me, Dr. Phil? It's got everything to do with it. If Bougie Billy actually has to get a job, he won't be able to spend $9,000 of his dad's money getting spray tans every month. He's actually gonna have to pay for it himself. What kind of heartless thing is that?
I know that I can get money from my dad.
That's right, and it's Bougie Billy's dad's responsibility to keep giving his son money to do anything without ever teaching him what responsibility is, because responsibility is overrated. Just like the VIP section at a club.
It's pretty
No,
easy
I said,
right
why
now.
do you not have a job? And you said, I don't want one.
Yeah.
And Bougie Billy shouldn't want a job. It's overrated anyway. Our society is so messed up structurally. We actually have to exert any type of effort so we can earn stuff. That's ludicrous.
Get back, you don't know me like that.
How many people here work that don't want to?
Well, it's all these people's faults that they're not responsible enough to get their daddies to pay them so they don't have to work. I don't make the rules. That's how life is.
That's everybody.
You know what America needs more than anything right now? A spoiled rich child acceptance movement, because it is ridiculous that Dr. Phil would put Bougie Billy on the spot like that. When are people going to understand that it's not Bougie Billy's fault that he was born into a family that'll literally pay him not to work? It's everybody else's fault that they weren't.
Well, he knows he's spoiled and living off his father. At least he's got that.
He's got way more than that, folks. Bougie Billy is an icon for moochers everywhere.
This guy looks like a knockoff James Charles.
James Charles only wishes he could be Bougie Billy.
It's not really his fault that he's been spoiled. The father is the one to blame here.
When are people going to understand that it's much better to give someone a fish than to teach them how to fish, because at least they can eat right now? Anyway, after his very successful appearance on the Dr. Phil show, Bougie Billy started his own YouTube channel and uploaded a video titled, "My Dad Cut Me Off." Oh no!
I haven't posted in like a year, so I'm honestly not sorry because I'm that f***ing lazy.
Bougie Billy, the king of self-awareness.
So how I got on the show, I literally wrote in, they wanted me to film the next day. Mind you, I was literally at a house party with my friends getting f***ed up.
It's very insensitive of those producers to try to get Bougie Billy to do something the next morning. Don't they understand he's out partying with his friends, spending his dad's money? What kind of world are we living in?
And this producer expected me to wake up at literally like 7 or 6 a.m. and start filming, and I was literally on the phone with her, and she expected me to film, but whatever.
People keep underestimating Bougie Billy, but he has the best work ethic in the game. The guy was out partying with his friends, spending his dad's money, and he was able to get off his high horse to do something.
After my lease is over next month, actually, he's going to be cutting me off, not completely. Apparently, I'm still going to be having some sort of allowance, but I'm going to be not homeless, but I have to sort out my living situation by myself. And
wow, Bougie Billy's dad is being so incredibly mean. I can't believe he's going to cut him off and still give him an allowance that's as consistent as a sign that says no signs.
I just didn't want to make it seem like my life was completely 100% perfect and amazing and nice.
It's true, folks. Bougie Billy knows the struggle. He has to deal with the same problems most of the world has to deal with on a day-to-day basis when you're a grown man who gets an allowance from daddy.
I don't want anyone watching this video to feel bad for me, because these are the decisions that I've made in my life that have kind of led to this point and I'm facing the consequences for it, obviously.
It's good for Bougie Billy for telling people to not feel sad for him, because they'd be hard-pressed if I found one person who would feel bad for him.
Sad to know that people like this exist.
Sorry, Billy. Looks like I spoke too soon. People do feel bad for you, but for the wrong reasons. Anyway, defenders, make sure you like and subscribe for more videos like this. Every like will be another troubled person who goes to the Dr. Phil show and goes to the ranch. 5,000 likes and I'll do another person from the Dr. Phil show. Tell me in the comments down below. I want to know. Check out these videos right here. They're good too. Make sure you're still washing your hands, not touching your face, and stay away from stupid people. Have an amazing day, defenders. I love all of you. Peace.